Hi, it's Mrs. Stitches, and this is Flossmas Day 2. I'm going to do something a little bit different because I have to explain. So the project I'm working on is Evertote's Mystery Box Christmas Countdown or Holiday Countdown, done with Evertotes and Modern Folk Embroidery. And Caroline at Evertotes requested that nobody spoil the mystery stitch for all the rest. So she asked that you didn't show on social media at all the stitch till, at first she said late in the day, and then she changed it or requested to make it the next day. And so that was why day one, Flossmas, because I had the stitching, I decided to I put it scheduled so that it didn't come out. First I had it at midnight and then I changed it to 8 a.m. just to give everybody across Canada or wherever in the world a chance to not get spoiled or have a spoiler or whatever. So now going forward, I'm actually going to delay because I watched a couple of other people that had the same boxes and they're essentially just showing the stitch the next day. So the stitches are a day behind. They're doing the Flossmasses on the right days, but the stitches are a day behind. So I'm not going to show you my stitch for day. I'm working on it right now. So I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. But I'm going to continue with my Flossmas. And I got some exciting news. Today, my husband, who is way too generous, actually bought us tickets to, there's seniors curling national championship happening in Yarmouth, and it starts on Sunday. We are going to watch, I think, 3 draws. I'm not sure, 3 draws on Sunday and 3 draws on Monday. Have to double check on that. Anyways, we're going to Yarmouth, so we're going to be away for a couple of days. So I am going to be trying to do it remote. I was going to try and stitch ahead and maybe film ahead, but the stitch takes a lot longer than I expected. I thought it was only be half an hour to an hour each day. It's more like 2 hours each day. So, hi, Heaney. And so that is what's happening. So, I'm going to give you a little Christmas story. Yeah, I got time. So, I was going to save this for Christmas. I'll tell you anyways. I haven't put up the Christmas tree yet. I know, I'll tell you this one. So we like to go to auctions. We went to auctions for a little while. And I think when I was single, I didn't bother with Christmas trees. My husband, he doesn't bother with Christmas trees. And especially real trees. So I've always kind of wanted like a little artificial tree. But when you're by yourself, I never went to the bother. Christmas was just, I'd go spend it with family. And so I would just not really decorate that much. You can see there's no decorations behind me. But we went to an auction. This was one of our first auctions. And lo and behold, they had an artificial tree for just $1. A lot of things I get at the auction are $1. And a friend of mine laughs at me and says, everything you buy is $1. And it usually is because that's the minimum price. So often they're looking for a bidder and they'll just put it out at $1. Nobody else bids and you end up getting it for $1. So anyways, I got this little artificial Christmas tree for $1. And my husband, he was a little upset at he's like, why did you buy that? And even though it was only $1. So I waited, this was about 2 years ago. I waited till he was out of the house and started putting it together. First, it came with a tree stand, and oh my gosh, I could not figure out for the life of me how to put together this tree stand. It had to be a certain way because then the center metal post would go in it. I couldn't figure it out. I think the instructions weren't there for that, or all it said was assemble tree stand. And I'm like, well, yeah. And I think I had to Google it, and I ended up finally figuring it out. I think next year it was still the same issue. But anyways, I hopefully get it right this year. Then I started putting together where was I going to put it, and I finally found a spot. So now it always goes out on our sun deck. And that was a good spot because it's kind of away from the rest of the house. So it's not really cluttering, but then we'll put the presents underneath it. And then on Christmas Day, we actually sit out there and we unwrap the presents. And it's kind of it's been 2 years now. It's our little Christmas tradition. When we moved out here, it was actually sort of the first Christmas, not that we spent together, but kind of like with all the leading up to together. So yeah, that's I don't know where I was going with that story, but I was just so nervous about putting up this Christmas tree because he kind of acts like he doesn't want a Christmas tree at all, and that he's like a Grinch. He's a Grinch, but he really actually gets into a bit of the Christmas spirit. So the one other story, and I was going to say this for Christmas, but I'm going to tell it now, was that there was a box of Christmas ornaments. So we had moved out here, and there was all this. So I found the boxes of Christmas ornaments, opened them up, and they're not mine. And they were okay. They were a little bit, maybe not the most decorative or traditional, or, you know, some were maybe kind of a little bit more, I'd say, hokey or something. But I put them up anyways. And, you know, I figured they're his own ornaments. So I'll just put them up. And he saw them, and he's like, "Oh, nice ornaments, nice decoration." And I said, "Yeah, they're nice ornaments." We're both trying to be polite to each other. Later on, I don't know when, but we actually discovered that they weren't his ornaments and they weren't my ornaments. We figured out that it probably was his sister's ornaments, and she just pawned them off on us and threw them in with all our packing and such. And we just adopted these. And so here we're both trying to be polite about these ornaments, and they're neither one of our ornaments. So that was kind of funny. That's my memory of our first Christmas together. I consider our first Christmas in this house our first Christmas together because it has all the traditions of having a tree, having Christmas dinner, and etc. So that was our first Christmas. I will share some other Christmas stories with you maybe later on. I will see. So happy Flossmas Day 2. Next one tomorrow we'll show some stitching. So take care, everybody. Bye. Hi, it's Mrs. Stitch's Flossmas, and we have our After 8 Advent calendar. So we're going to find number 2. We're going to close that up. There's number 3. Let's see. There is number 2 right there. It's a ball. Oh, sorry. It's a ball. So I think that these are called winter pralines. So I'll open that up later after 8. And I wanted to show you that I've also been getting a DMC each day. So I got yesterday on day 1, I got this pretty pink 3354, and then today I got 841. This has all come from Olive. Thank you, Olive. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Bye.